So you're basically saying that there's rot in the system.
Very, very bad.
So, guys, if you're wondering why Nigeria ended the Olympics without any medal, guess what? It's because Tinubu's government is busy filling in round pegs in square holes. Guess who is the sports minister? I mean the minister for sports. He's somebody who has nothing to do with sports. I quickly headed to Wikipedia to check his profile, and guess what I saw? Let me read out some of it. So, and it says John Owan Eno, born on 4th July 1966, is a Nigerian politician, teacher, farmer, and philanthropist. He is currently the 36th Minister of Sports Development of Nigeria. So this man was once a teacher, a farmer, a philanthropist. How did he now become the Minister for Sports? We all know that so many people have criticized this government, that the people working under Tinubu, the team working with him, don't really know what their job is. So you can see it for yourself. And that is why people keep saying they just reward people with positions. People they believe to help them during the elections, are now being rewarded with positions. You can imagine such a critical position like sports. It's being given to somebody who was once a teacher and now he's a farmer and he's also a philanthropist. I'm going to let you watch the reaction of this lady who has lamented, the caliber of people running the sports ministry. She has come out to expose this government, saying the sports ministry is being overseen by people who know nothing in sports. And guess what? Nigerians went to Olympic and ended up with no medal. I mean, we don't even have one gold medal to boast of. Even those of them who have been performing, in a unique way, this time around, under the Tinubu's administration, guess what? This time around, they came back with 0 medal. I mean, it's as if something fishy happened to the Nigerian team. Oh my God. So this government grabbed power that they know nothing to do with it. Let me let you watch the reaction of this Nigerian who is also into sports. Take a look.
We need to put the people that really know sports, that really love sports. Because when you put people that really know sports, they will be able to know exactly what to do and when to start doing it. You see, our problem here in Nigeria, even in the sports offices, when you go there, you see people that never, ever done sports for their life. They are the ones running the offices of sports. Even people like us, I could remember when I went to Ministry of Sports, the people there didn't know me. Yes. But with laughter, I said, I will find you. That is the kind of mediocres you can find in Nigerian sports offices. Because a lot of people don't want to say it because they don't want anybody's problem. So that is the problem we have. When because you cannot give what you don't have. You see, sports council need to be brought back. School sports, grassroots sports, secondary school, primary school, interlocal government competition. These are the breeding base. That was why people like us, Mary Onyali, Tina Ihagbam, Fatima Yusuf, Charity Opera, Chrissy Opera Thompson, all the host of others. That is the breeding base. That's where we came out from. So since governors, they have refused to fund the sports council in each state, it's not possible, my brother. Because even Federal Ministry of Sports cannot go to inside the villages to go and know who that is good in sports. Somebody in that village must be the one to identify these young ones. So I believe strongly that if school sports is being revamped, and interlocal government competitions, sports council, that is where you employ these young lads that will take it Anytime, any day you call them, they will run, they will jump, they will do anything for you. And it will be very, very competitive with every state. I was there.
Yeah.
Do you know that Ebele, our former coach that died 2 years ago, Brown Ebewele, went to the east and carried the whole athlete from the east and went to the north, Kano State. And then Kano was reigning. Because they were employed in sports council in Kano and they were training there day in, day out. Every sports council, when we come to Unique Classic, the competition is so competitive, and that is where the athletes were improving.
Yeah. So with your wealth of experience, with all of the things that you've achieved, are you saying that none of the government parastatals or even the people in charge of sports have approached you for some sort of appointment or even consult you moving forward?
They can't do that. You are a threat to them. Person like me, I'm a threat to many people. They have never approached me. So if you can't do what they are doing, to hell with you.
So do you think, because again, with the state of the economy and with what's going on in the country, do you think the government needs to really, invest in sports to not just obviously make the country better, but to really engage the youth? Because sports is something that a lot of youths are heavily interested in. What do you think? How can we leverage on that?
You see, I thank God that the Minister of Sports right now, he was in Paris. He saw it all. I only feel for him because if he's not being given open hand, definitely he can't do nothing. You see, even the people that they surround themselves with as essay this, essay that, they are not doing their job.
Yeah.
You understand?
All right.
So minister have seen it all, and I think he has to come back, sit down and think who and who could be his essay, who and who he will be working with in order to, remove this shame and bring a good mark, landmark for us.
Thank you very much, Cho.
The training grant that was given to the athlete a day before their finals. I personally, I think that was very, very wrong. And it can be part of what made Toby and the other athletes not to even consider. You can imagine Toby missing out in the hurdles that she has been leading. And when you see the way she ran in that semi-finals and the way she ran during the qualifying that took her to the final, you know that something was wrong. Even as she was, because I made it a point of duty that I must watch her race that day. And when I saw her coming in, I was worried myself. I said, no, this girl doesn't look sharp. It doesn't look fresh. Do you understand? So I told my sister is out there now. You can go and ask her. I said, something is wrong. Toby is not looking fine. You understand?
Yeah.
And while the training grant was given, the athletes they were not happy because you gave somebody in America training for 4 years, $5,000 US. That is to say, that one is 1,200 per 1 year. These athletes, they pay for their houses where they live, they pay for their vitamins, they pay for where they train, they pay so many things, and you are giving them $5,000 and you brought it a day to their final. You devastate them. Because you know that they will not be happy. If it's to say maybe they were giving $50,000, we will say, the happiness, would have made them to do more. But this one, you came to devastate them. So that's by the way.
Yeah.
In my own, I trained basically on my own. Nigerians did not know whether I was training or not. They never asked of me. They didn't ask of anything. It's just when I came back for the trials. So, and that has been their way. They don't want to know. It's only when you are doing well, then they remember, oh, we have one athlete there is doing well. Just like when they want to select those that want to play football for them. It's very, very bad. I trained on my own, and Chief Shego Odegwami made sure that when the British athletes are going for training to every state they were going, I must be there with them. He paid for me. That was how, and I, being the one that he was paying for, I have it in my mind. I say, oh, this man that is, spending his hard-earned money. After all, I'm not a Yoruba, so I must pay him back by making sure that I must go there and give a well account of myself. And God heard me. So that was how it happened. You cannot say, oh, these athletes are training without you making sure that when their colleagues they are training with, they are going out for exposure, they are going out for hill climbing, they are going out for swimming, they are going out for weight training, that they will be there. Yeah. Because all those things are packaged, is training. The whole part of the body must get their own turn for you to be able to make it that day. Yeah. So these are the things that we are not getting right. In those days, when somebody gets an appointment, the person will be sleeping, he will be having sleepless night because he ought to be thinking, who are the best people that have the best ideas, who know this thing very well, that will help me to do it. But today, reverse has become the case. When you employ them, what they will be thinking, who has the best, the sharpest pen that they can write off debt without it being discovered, who is the person that could be giving me idea on how to embezzle money, this and that and that. We are in a big trouble. Sports is not like any other thing. It's something that you invest, you make, you have your return. If you are doing business, you don't invest in your business, you will not harvest anything.
Yeah, Mahjong.
That's not what we do as a country. But is it possible that for the first time we can begin to do so? That's what I think should happen. And I say this because of how I feel. First, as John Edmond. Even before talking about as minister, how do I feel? I mean, I've said this in the last couple of days, and I've wondered that I think that from within the ministry, I believe that I have people that this is not their first Olympics, it's not their second, it's not their third, it's not their fourth. I've had people that in the last 24 years, perhaps, have been coming for Olympics every 4 years. Beyond the ministry, in terms of the leadership, in terms of the federation, in terms of NOC, in terms of, we have plenty people who have been, even if Nigerians is president. I'm sure he's attended, countless, and the way I feel is that I don't understand how, because I know how just won Olympics, I know how much it's impacted on me, on my thinking, on my imagination that things shouldn't be this way. Olympics is not what you come and disgrace yourself. So if you want to avoid that disgrace, you must work hard to be able to do well in order not to get out disgraced. Which couldn't have been possible. In terms of the prosecution for these Olympics and the responsibilities that lay before the ministry, and before me as Minister of Sports, I was come and said, way above average. Way above average. Everything that I had to do, I have done. Yes. Everything I have done. And I know the feedback that I received from within the ministry. And I mean, I have, okay. I'm not someone who is, I have no airs about me. And there are times in the build up to this, I sit in an office for 6-7 hours and pursuing something for the sake of sports and for the sake of these Olympics. I know what suggestions and advice that I've tried to get. Okay, when I came into Paris, one of the first suggestions that I got was that training grants, no need to pay to team sports. Team sports is basketball, football. And the first question I asked was, do you need budget for it? And the answer was yes. But that even in the past, we just budget and I said, okay, give me a moment. And I called my permanent secretary and I said, you know what? That money, as long as we budgeted for it, we have to pay it. As long as we pay it. And those are the interventions that I've done. But what I also find, okay, I won't say so and it will not get done, isn't it? So it also has to do with leadership. And people are willing to follow if they have the right leadership. And I think every signal that I've tried to send since becoming sports minister is trying to send the right signal. Fortunately, I also have a permanent secretary who is also not different. So I believe that amidst whatever other challenges and issues, I believe from the point of view of the Ministry of Sports Development, I believe we are where we can lead that change that can give us.
So guys, this was how the Nigerian minister came out to apologize to Nigerians. Can anyone describe what the way he demonstrated in this video? Can you say that this man really apologized? Because when I saw this headline and saw this video, I didn't want to believe, except if I'm making mistake. But for me, this is no apology. The man was busy, telling Nigerians how hard he has been working. You've been working, but your efforts are amounting to zero. I mean, Nigerians cannot boast of one thing you have done since you came into office. These are the kind of people Tinubu put in government, in key position. You can imagine sports that many other countries are using as a medium to shine. Nigeria is having the wrong sports minister. And that is why this country went to such, a program like the Olympics and came back with no medal. It has never happened. If it has ever happened, then that would have been, or that should be like far, far, far back, But recently, we've seen Nigerians, even like this Amosun, this lady that always win in her running. This time she couldn't win. Nigerians, who has bewitched this country? When you have the wrong people in leadership, everything about Nigeria is lagging behind. Everything is going backward. And I tell you, this is one of the reasons why people keep saying that, this government is just like the biggest of Nigeria's mistake since ever. And that is why we want to see that, come next election, Nigerians will not be foolish to vote the way the votes went the last time. But still, don't forget that Tinubu didn't win this election. It was just given to him by INEC. And that is why Nigerians are still lamenting over what we are seeing today. People grabbing power, they know not how to manage. They know nothing to do with it. And that is where we are as a country. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Thank you.